How to motivate teens struggling with remote school. Getting boys to engage in virtual instruction doesn't have to be a battle. Experts offer tips on how to make virtual schools more bearable. By Julie Jargon. We're 9 months into the pandemic, and remote school is wearing on students. Boys, who are at greater risk of falling behind academically than girls, are having an especially tough time with all the hours spent behind screens. The challenges of staying focused and motivated in remote school carry even higher stakes for adolescent and teenage boys, who face more academic pressure than younger ones. I reached out to child psychologists and education experts to find out how parents can help their sons and daughters remain focused and motivated in virtual school. They all said the first step is for parents to examine their own expectations and reactions to their children's struggles. Here are some key pieces of advice. Enlist your child in developing solutions. What you need to do as a parent is try to stay away from your own catastrophic thinking and use your foremost consultant, which is your child himself, said Michael Thompson, a child psychologist and author of Raising Cain, Protecting the Emotional Life of Boys. He added, no one knows more about what he likes and what he hates about school than he does. How do you elicit meaningful feedback from an adolescent or teenager who responds with one-word answers? It's all about how you ask the question. Dr. Thompson suggests saying something like, I see you're struggling with math and English. How can I help you with that? How to motivate teens struggling with remote school. Getting boys to engage in virtual instruction doesn't have to be a battle. Experts offer tips on how to make virtual schools more bearable. By Julie Jargon. We're 9 months into the pandemic, and remote school is wearing on students. Boys, who are at greater risk of falling behind academically than girls, are having an especially tough time with all the hours spent behind screens. The challenges of staying focused and motivated in remote school carry even higher stakes for adolescent and teenage boys, who face more academic pressure than younger ones. I reached out to child psychologists and education experts to find out how parents can help their sons and daughters remain focused and motivated in virtual school. They all said the first step is for parents to examine their own expectations and reactions to their children's struggles. Here are some key pieces of advice. Enlist your child in developing solutions. What you need to do as a parent is try to stay away from your own catastrophic thinking and use your foremost consultant, which is your child himself, said Michael Thompson, a child psychologist and author of Raising Cain, Protecting the Emotional Life of Boys. He added, no one knows more about what he likes and what he hates about school than he does. How do you elicit meaningful feedback from an adolescent or teenager who responds with one-word answers? It's all about how you ask the question. Dr. Thompson suggests saying something like, I see you're struggling with math and English. How can I help you with that?
How do you elicit meaningful feedback from an adolescent or teenager who responds with one-word answers? It's all about how you ask the question. Dr. Thompson suggests saying something like, I see you are struggling with math and English. How can I help you with that? Enlist your child in developing solutions. What you need to do as a parent is try to stay away from your own catastrophic thinking and use your foremost most consultant, which is your child himself. Said Michael Thompson, a child psychologist and author of Raising Cain, Protecting the Emotional Life of Boys. He added, "No one knows more about what he likes and what he hates about school than he does. I reached out to child psychologists and education experts to find out how parents can help their sons and daughters remain focused and motivated in virtual school. They all said the first step is for parents to examine their own expectations and reactions to their children's struggles. Here are some key pieces of advice. We are 9 months into the pandemic, and remote school is wearing on students. Boys who are at greater risk of falling behind academically than girls are having an especially tough time with all the hours spent behind screens. The challenges of staying focused and motivated in remote school carry even higher stakes for adolescents and teenager boys who face more academic pressure than younger ones. Getting boys to engage in virtual instruction doesn't have to be a battle. Experts offer tips on how to make virtual school more bearable. How to motivate teens struggling with remote school.
How to motivate teens struggling with remote school. Getting boys to engage in virtual instruction doesn't have to be a battle. Experts offer tips on how to make virtual schools more bearable. By Julie Jargon. We're 9 months into the pandemic, and remote school is wearing on students. Boys, who are at greater risk of falling behind academically than girls, are having an especially tough time with all the hours spent behind screens. The challenges of staying focused and motivated in remote school carry even higher stakes for adolescent and teenage boys, who face more academic pressure than younger ones. I reached out to child psychologists and education experts to find out how parents can help their sons and daughters remain focused and motivated in virtual school. They all said the first step is for parents to examine their own expectations and reactions to their children's struggles. Here are some key pieces of advice. Enlist your child in developing solutions. What you need to do as a parent is try to stay away from your own catastrophic thinking and use your foremost consultant, which is your child himself, said Michael Thompson, a child psychologist and author of Raising Cain, Protecting the Emotional Life of Boys. He added, "No one knows more about what he likes and what he hates about school than he does. How do you elicit meaningful feedback from an adolescent or teenager who responds with one-word answers? It's all about how you ask the question. Dr. Thompson suggests saying something like, 'I see you're struggling with math and English. How can I help you with that?'
Adolescent adolescent
Adolescent.
adolescent
Adolescent.
adolescent, adolescent, adolescent.
How to motivate teens struggling with remote school. Getting boys to engage in virtual instruction doesn't have to be a battle. Experts offer tips on how to make virtual schools more bearable. By Julie Jargon. We're 9 months into the pandemic, and remote school is wearing on students. Boys, who are at greater risk of falling behind academically than girls, are having an especially tough time with all the hours spent behind screens. The challenges of staying focused and motivated in remote school carry even higher stakes for adolescent and teenage boys, who face more academic pressure than younger ones. I've reached out to child psychologists and education experts to find out how parents can help their sons and daughters remain focused and motivated in virtual school. They all said the first step is for parents to examine their own expectations and reactions to their children's struggles. Here are some key pieces of advice. Enlist your child in developing solutions. What you need to do as a parent is try to stay away from your own catastrophic thinking and use your foremost consultant, which is your child himself, said Michael Thompson, a child psychologist and author of Raising Cain, Protecting the Emotional Life of Boys. He added, no one knows more about what he likes and what he hates about school than he does. How do you elicit meaningful feedback from an adolescent or teenager who responds with one-word answers? It's all about how you ask the question. Dr. Thompson suggests saying something like, I see you're struggling with math and English. How can I help you with that? How to motivate teens focused and motivated in virtual school. They all said the first step is for parents to examine their own expectations and reactions to their children's struggles. Here are some key pieces of advice. Enlist your child in developing solutions. What you need to do as a parent is try to stay away from your own catastrophic thinking and use your foremost consultant, which is your child himself, said Michael Thompson, a child psychologist and author of Raising Cain, Protecting the Emotional Life of Boys. He added, no one knows more about what he likes and what he hates about school than he does. How do you elicit meaningful feedback from an adolescent or teenager who responds with one-word answers? It's all about how you ask the question. Dr. Thompson suggests saying something like, I see you're struggling with math and English. How can I help you with that? How to motivate teens struggling with remote school. Getting boys to engage in virtual instruction doesn't have to be a battle. Experts offer tips on how to make virtual schools more bearable. By Julie Jargon. We're 9 months into the pandemic, and remote school is wearing on students. Boys, who are at greater risk of falling behind academically than girls, are having an especially tough time with all the hours spent behind screens. The challenges of staying focused and motivated in remote school carry even higher stakes for adolescent and teenage boys, who face more academic pressure than younger ones. I've reached out to child psychologists and education experts to find out how parents can help their sons and daughters remain focused and motivated in virtual school. They all said the first step is for parents to examine their own expectations and reactions to their children's struggles. Here are some key pieces of advice. Enlist your child in developing solutions. What you need to do as a parent is try to stay away from your own catastrophic thinking and use your foremost consultant, which is your child himself, said Michael Thompson, a child psychologist and author of Raising Cain, Protecting the Emotional Life of Boys. He added, no one knows more about what he likes and what he hates about school than he does. How do you
How
elicit
do you
meaningful
listen
feedback
meaningful
from an
feedback
adolescent
from
or teenager
adolescent
who
teenager
responds with
who
one-word
responds
answers?
one-word answers?
It's all about
It's
how
all
you
about
ask the
how you
question.
ask the question.
Dr. Thompson
Dr.
suggests
Thompson
saying
suggests
something
saying
like,
something
I
like,
see you're
I
struggling with
see you're
math and English.
struggling with
How can
math
I
and
help you with
English.
that?
How can I help you with that?
Confidence required. So humbling that I found it hard to do anything at all. After all I've learned, I can't believe anyone actually thinks they'll succeed in the complex world of business. Don't they see all the really smart people who have tried and failed? I can't believe how foolish I was to start my first company. Just me in my bedroom with no experience, making a little website, when I was up against giant IPO-funded competitors. I was an overconfident punk, thinking I had the answer and everyone else didn't. But it worked. And in fact, isn't that kind of confidence absolutely required to get anything done? Isn't the role of the entrepreneur to be the bold, daring, audacious one? The overconfident, reckless one who says, screw it, let's do it. Yes, of course. It's the essential final lesson that all this learning means nothing until you make something happen. Whether you think you'll win or not, you need to jump in the game and say, let's go. Whether your confidence is naive, inspired, or crafted, you need its high horsepower engine to get uphill and go anywhere. And no matter how humbling the lessons of life are, this final lesson is the most important of all. Time to go make something happen. Confidence Required by Derek Sivers. Most of the time, we are working hard, head down, using what we know. We get better and better at it. We make little improvements and keep working. Our expertise and confidence keeps increasing. We can't afford to stop and question everything. We can't go back to school. We have work to do. Until we don't. Last year, I left my company and decided to start a new one. I wanted to replace my old thoughts with new ones. I had been working hard, doing one thing in one mindset for 10 years, and needed to install a new operating system in my brain. I read a lot of books on business, social psychology, management, behavioral economics, investing, cognitive biases, crowds, marketing, networking, learning, and communication. But each book that made me feel smarter, I think I understand the world better now, also made me feel dumber. Wow, I've been an idiot. It's surprising I survived it all. It was all very humbling. So humbling that I found it hard to do anything at all. After all I've learned, I can't believe anyone actually thinks they'll succeed in the complex world of business. Don't they see all the really smart people who have tried and failed? I can't believe how foolish I was to start my first company. Just me in my bedroom with no experience, making a little website, when I was up against giant IPO-funded competitors. I was an overconfident punk, thinking I had the answer and everyone else didn't. But it worked. And in fact, isn't that kind of confidence absolutely required to get anything done? Isn't the role of the entrepreneur to be the bold, daring, audacious one? The overconfident, reckless one who says, screw it, let's do it. Yes, of course. It's the essential final lesson that all this learning means nothing until you make something happen. Whether you think you'll win or not, you need to jump in the game and say, let's go. Whether your confidence is naive, inspired, or crafted, you need its high horsepower engine to get uphill and go anywhere. And no matter how humbling the lessons of life are, this final lesson is the most important of all. Time to go make something happen.
Time to go make something happen. And no matter how humbling the lessons of life are, this final lesson is the most important of all. Whether your confidence is naive, inspired, or crafted, you need its high horsepower engine to get uphill and go anywhere. Crafted. Whether you think you will win or not, you need to jump in the game, and say, let's go. Yes, of course, it's the essential final lesson that all this learning means nothing until you make something happen. Isn't the role of the entrepreneur to be the bold, daring, audacious one? The overconfident, reckless one who says, screw it, let's do it. And in fact, isn't that kind of confidence absolutely required to get anything done? But it worked. I was an overconfident punk, thinking I had the answer, and everyone else didn't. I can't believe how foolish I was to start my first company, just me in my bedroom, with no experience, making a little website, when I was up against giant IPO founder competitors. After all I've learned, I can't believe anyone actually thinks they'll succeed in the complex world of business. Don't they see all the really smart people who have tried and failed? So humbling that I found it hard to do anything at all. It was all very humbling. But each book that made me feel smarter, aha, I think I understand the world better now, also made me feel dumber. Wow, I've been an idiot. It's surprising I survived at all. I read a lot of books on business, social psychology, management, behavioral economics, investing, cognitive biases, cross, marketing, networking, learning, and communication. I wanted to replace my old thoughts with new ones. I had been working hard, doing one thing in one mindset for 10 years, and needed to install a new operating system in my brain. Last year, I left my company and decided to start a new one. Until we don't, we can't afford to stop and question everything. We can't go back to school. We have work to do. We get better at it. We make little improvements and keep working. Our expertise and confidence keeps increasing. Most of the time, we are working hard, head down, using what we know.